I want to thank you guys for a very wonderful and a very fulfilling state convention. I think it's probably the best one I've been to in 12 years. And we've had a lot of fun, and now we've got some serious discussion to do. These four gentlemen up here are either running or represent folks running for Libertarian National Committee Chair. You guys know that the Libertarian Party of Indiana has had some disagreements with the National Party, and we haven't seen eye to eye with them in many years. We're hoping for some changes in what goes on the LNC, and trying to expand on our hope that the bottom line is they don't embarrass us every 4 years, and actually start doing something that's functional, that helps us function as a political party to elect libertarians to office in the state of Indiana, because that's what our goal is. Bob Kirkpatrick is reprising his role from 2 years ago in being the moderator of our debate. He was our moderator of our presidential debate 2 years ago. And Cindy Kirkpatrick, his wife, is going to be the official timekeeper. You better pay attention to her because she's a college math professor.
Where's our timekeeper?
Cindy, wave.
Ah, and do we have special signals that say...
What did the yellow and blue cards mean?
The yellow card means that you only have 30 seconds left out of your 2 minutes. And I think this one's pretty understandable.
The yellow cards are contribution cards. If you mess up, you get one in your hand. The rules of the gladiatorial contest, whatever we're going to call it, are that each of you will have 2 minutes to introduce yourself or the person that you're standing in for. Bob has a bunch of questions on white index cards that people from the state party have turned in since about noon today. Bob will ask those questions of each of you. You will each have 2 minutes to respond, right, Bob? Is there then a 1 minute rebuttal? Is that?
Now what we'll just do is answer the questions. You'll have 2 minutes. Cindy will give you a signal, and then she'll give you a stop. She's my wife. I do what she says. When she says stop, you guys stop, and I start talking over you. So there's no point in carrying on. You can pick it up on the next question if you'd like to maintain that. At the end, when we all kind of decide we've asked all the questions, I would expect each of you might want to spend a few minutes addressing things or cleaning up issues that you feel you didn't have time to finish on that particular question, or just have some random statement. I expect you to limit that to about 5 minutes. Okay? If you can talk these people into, after that, after that 20-minute period, you can talk these people into listening to you longer, that'll be fine. My wife and I are going home now.
And I would think no more than an hour, hour and a half, Bob.
That's
we have that many questions.
Well, that's the point. 2 minutes, that's about how many questions I've got here.
Okay.
And Sam, can we get waters?
Yeah, we're trying to arrange that.
Okay, so it's a question, 2 minute response,
For
no
each of
rebuttal,
you.
no nothing.
For each of you, and we will rotate in various orders, and I'll just start and tell you which way to go. Okay, just to start with a theoretical one.
Introductions, Bob.
They get to give a, Sam said they could first
A
stand
2
up
minute
and explain who
introduction
they
about
are.
who they are or who they're standing in for.
Okay, Wayne, why don't you start?
Sure. Well, for those of you who don't know me, and I think that's kind of impossible at this point, my name is Wayne Alaroot. I was your 2008 Libertarian Vice Presidential candidate. I'm a small businessman. I'm a homeschool dad. I'm a citizen politician. I'm an evangelist for capitalism, for economic and personal freedom, and for the Libertarian Party on Fox News, on Fox Business, on CNBC, on MSNBC, on Larry King's show on CNN, on hundreds of radio shows around the country, on my own radio show, in the Las Vegas newspaper, at Newsmax.com, with my book. The list goes on and on. I'm the guy who believes we need to expand the base. I'm the guy who believes that we need to go after Republicans who are disgusted and disgruntled and disillusioned. We need to go after conservatives, fiscal conservatives, libertarians, of course, but independents, blue dog Democrats, Christians, homeschool parents, gun owners, small business owners, a real stress on small business owners and taxpayers. If we're going to start to win elections, which is what a political party is all about, we've got to not preach to the choir, pure libertarians. Our job is to go after not our base, but to expand our base and go after the entire world. We can win elections, and I believe my job as Libertarian National Chair is not only to win elections, but to travel the nation, training all of you how to get the same media that I've got. Travel the nation, teaching you how to raise funds the way I've raised over $50 million in my business career, and pretty good records in politics as well. And to revamp the Libertarian Party website, to make it a social media website, and send thousands of leads from all of my media appearances and yours directly to each state, and to tell positive stories that expand the base. And I'll give you a quick example of a positive story. Many of you know my daughter Dakota. She gave my nomination speech to the Libertarian National Convention at the age of 16. Homeschooled her entire life, last week accepted by Harvard. Homeschooled to Harvard, ladies and gentlemen. And I tell you that story because what it means for... Oh, there we go. Okay, time's up.
Okay, James Oaksell is representing George Phillies.
Is this on?
Yeah.
My name's James Oaksell. I am from Southampton, Maine. I'm the vice chair of the Libertarian Party of Maine, and I'm running for national treasurer. George is tonight keynoting the convention in New York, and he asked me to come and say hello to you all and talk a little about his ideas and our team. Now, most of you probably know the Libertarian Party started in 1971. Now, you might not know that also in that year, the old-time rock and roll band, The Who, came out with one of their all-time famous hits called Won't Get Fooled Again. And in that song is a lyric that I think is very applicable to our time here today. And that lyric is, meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Now, what does that mean exactly? Well, we're talking about the candidacy for a party chair today, but the party chair of our party is not a divine right ruler. It's not like Louis XIV saying, l'état c'est moi. It's a committee of 17 people, and things are just discussed and decided by majority vote. So George's idea is that if you want to see change in the committee and change in our national party, we need to do more than put a new face at the top. And so George has assembled a team of us to work together to put our party on a new path. And we have some good ideas. We have a website called newpathforthelp.org, on which you can find our business plan, a very detailed business and operating plan, about 65 pages long, talking about what we want to do with the party going forward. And perhaps tonight we can discuss some of those ideas, and you can hear from some of my friends here what their ideas are. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm John J. Myers. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm the vice chair of our county in Dallas, Texas. I'm also on the Texas State Executive Committee. Right now, things are booming in Texas. In Texas, we actually have, our budget is 1/3 the size of National's budget. The other thing that's interesting, my county that I'm the vice chair of actually brings in more money than most states. When I have events at my house, I have 100 people show up. And this is for our county. Those same people, those same 100 people that show up to my house are the same ones that donate this money that we're seeing. They're the same ones that go out and knock on doors for the candidates. They're the same ones that gave me $8,000 to run for city council. If people ask where the donations come from, it comes from making a group and making a family that people can be a part of, and that's what we do, and that's why we're going so strong in Texas. Right now we're running 200 candidates in Texas. 17 of those are from my county. Of those 17, they come to my house, we run them through what we call a boot camp. We should be doing this across the nation, but we run through a boot camp. And one of the things that we do is we also build them a website. Mark Rutherford said today, he's talking about how campaign finance laws can be so tricky and all these other things, and your treasurer needs to be on top of it. And he's absolutely right. But the thing about it is I've been talking about this website idea for quite a while, and we're actually doing it in Texas. I don't just talk, we're doing it. Now Texas has the funds, as I told you, to do it. I'm on the executive committee, we're building it. But what happens is it's top down and bottom up. And so if someone signs up to national, they're also signed up to the county. They know they're there. The state knows they're there. I'm gonna move on. We can talk about my website idea later, but the main thing is that also if you sign up a treasurer to your account because you're running, you're a candidate, and a treasurer's created, he's getting emails telling him by law what he needs to do. The emails tell him when he needs to file those reports. There's no more risk there. Why am I running? I'm running because I didn't feel like I had a choice. To me, with Ernie, who I love, is a great guy. Thing is, he doesn't believe we need to be a party. He doesn't believe you need to vote. He doesn't, I mean, these are just simple things that Ernie doesn't believe. That's it.